Hi and welcome to Silver Soul Tarot. Today we're going to do a general reading using the Law of Positivism Oracle deck and just normal tarot. My name's Jo. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer or subscriber. Love you much love. If you're new, welcome and please consider subscribing. Well, you know the drill, like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 share, all that stuff. Right, let's crack on, shall we? This is the Law of Positivism. I will have to pause in about 3 minutes. You won't probably notice, but I do have to go get my bread out the oven. I'm making sourdough bread. Okay, so the first card out today is I am calm and safe in the midst of chaos. Let's pop that down there. Let's take another one just so we can get a general gist of the energy, and then we'll hit the tarot. As I rest in the sacred womb, I heal. Okay, so it's definitely this sense of about being very calm, very almost sheltered, but maybe more in a sort of sense of self-imposed. I wonder if we're going to get the Hermit come out. If not, I might have a look for him in the deck and just see what cards in front of him, what cards behind him, and yeah, this is definitely a very calming, healing. I'm be surprised if the Star comes out as well. We'll hold those two in our brain boxes, and if we have a look for them later on, we have a look for them. Right, let's hit the tarot, shall we? The Four of Wands. The Four of Wands quite often is referred to as the 1111 card. Twin Flame Soulmate Connection card, Spiritual Ascension. The card itself is more about stability, abundance, celebration. It could be a card of marriage. That's just sort of another explanation for it. But it's definitely that big happy home and very celebratory energy. So maybe you're having a celebration either coming up or the universe is just celebrating you. You've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, he's quite often with the knight coming in, knight in shining armour, coming in with a cup full of love. 222 on the timer, as I said that. And twos are all about unions. So let's see what this reading's about, shall we? We've got the Nine of, what is that, Wands. So that's about being a wounded warrior. So maybe someone here, that's why you're healing. You know, that's why you've kind of tucked yourself away to rest, recuperate, deal with whatever heartbreak, emotional discomfort, physical discomfort, psychological discomfort. I mean, you know, touch wood, I hope it was nothing too damaging. You know, I hope it was fixable for you and something that you can cope with quite easily and deal with, and have a good emotional support network around you to do that. We got two cards there, but we've also got that one, and we're going to take that one as well. Okay, so let's go in the order that I pulled them up. The first card that came out was technically the World. Okay, so we've got the World card, this completion of a cycle. Something ended, or something was finished in some way, you know, whether, like I say, whether it's an emotional thing, a psychological thing. Something was put to sleep, something was dealt with and finished in your rest and recuperation. You were very much healing, and that is fantastic. Congratulations, handshake, pat on the back, kiss on cheek, whatever. But even that has to come to an end, yeah? Even that cycle has to finish, and you have to step out of that. Well, if you're not careful, it can become a comfort zone. You know, there's a lot of peace in solitude. I get that. But at some point you have to take a new direction in life, take that new leap of faith. There's celebratory energy here. There's victory. There's being held to esteem. It's like you've been recognised for the work that you've done, whether that was previous, you know, the work you've done previously. Let me just move my coffee. You know what, the closing out of the cycle and or the healing that you then had to do afterwards. And then you get the Empress. Okay, so the Empress is birthing a new cycle. She's sitting there on a beautiful throne. She's the only one of the ones that's sitting on the throne that have this adornment, you know, the cushions and the throws and the comfort that comes with it, because she's led by Venus, and Venus is all about well, the card is a Venus card, is all about comfort and desire and love and lust and all those things. Libra and Taurus could be something. We do have Taurus in the world card as well. We have the 4 fixed signs with the world card. So Taurus could be important here, but please don't take it as gospel. It's just there for anyone who resonates with it. But she's definitely all about this abundance and this new fortuitous beginning. You know, she's got the pomegranate on her top, on her clothes. So that's very fertile. I don't know what is wrong with my fingers, but my fingers are like peeling. I know, it's very weird. I don't know what that's about. So yes, and I'll put her over here, but under the 4 of Wands, because that again is about abundance and celebration and happiness, and so it could be married. There could be marriage. I'm going to get my bread out. Hold on. Perfect. Okay. So yes, let's crack on, shall we? Let's carry on. So we got the Empress, yeah. So there's this new cycle coming out of this. That's what it feels like. You've come out of this quiet period where you've just gone and like had to breathe through something. I need to breathe. I mean, my kitchen's like literally the next room, and I'm not that fat. I'm not that out of shape. Right. Anyway, so we've got the Justice card. Okay. Karmic, yeah, karmic balance coming in. This balancing of energies, this sense of like, yes, you were in this energy and now you're coming up and out of it. Yes, you're there's some balance being restored. Again, it could be something contractual. There could be a marriage coming in, or maybe a new home, even for some people. A bigger home, a happier home. Something you've really been working towards in your healing phase, in your solitude. We've got the 9 of Swords. Excuse me. So 9 Swords could be overthinking things, kind of being very anxious, bound up in your head. Maybe sleep was an issue. Take that as it resonates. We've got the 3 of Cups, because I always take 2 cards. So the 3 of Cups, again, abundance, celebration. Maybe you really lent on friends or family, or specifically 1 or 2 people while you were in your quiet era, resting and healing. Or it's just the universe is celebrating you coming out of this. It's interesting you get the 2 9s in the middle. That's interesting, because now you've got that. That's what was at the centre. Do you know what I mean? That's what I feel like with this reading. Actually, at the centre of this reading is what you went through. Whether it was, the wounded warrior. I hope there was no physical issues. I really hope not. But there certainly was some psychological issues, or that's where you were stuck for a little while. This is what you were breathing through. This wounded warrior, this overthinking, this anxious energy, this, not sleeping properly, or, going to sleep in a nightmare and waking up in one as well, kind of vibe. That's interesting. I really hope whatever this was for you wasn't as bad as what it could have been. You got the, what is that? The 7 of Cups. Okay, so this abundance that wants to come in, this celebratory evidence. Why am I saying evidence? This celebratory evidence. Maybe you'll get some evidence of it. Maybe I keep saying evidence. So this celebratory energy. Maybe you have multiple things to choose from. Maybe it's now your turn where you could get a person, you could get the riches, you could get a new house. It's hard to see it when I'm doing that down there. So yeah, take that as it resonates, but it's definitely your dreams. It's funny that I said waking up in a nightmare, because the 7 of Cups is a card of dreams, illusions, delusions. Maybe you're waking up out of this delusional nightmare that you were in, where you were all these things but none at the same time. Please comment below if this obviously we've got the three of swords on the bottom, so maybe there was some heartbreak here for someone. You know, someone was extremely emotionally. See, there's the storm cloud and the rain, and yeah, I think you were led to believe you were something that you wasn't, and you broke free of that, and I'm so proud of you for breaking free of that. Don't stop breaking free of that. Keep going, because I'll tell you what I didn't do. I was going to take a couple of them. Before we take a couple of them, we will do. Let's have a look at the Hermit and where it is in the deck. And what was the other one? The Star. Well, there's the Star. So the Star is with the Five of Swords, healing with be the Queen of Swords, energetically speaking. Don't give a shit. Yeah, don't care. Confident, sassy. She goes after what she wants and she gets it. Okay, because that's what you've been healing. That sense of like, who am I? What, you know, I've been told I'm all these things that I'm not. And it's picking up after that. It's picking up after all that you are this, you are that, when you're not. You're healing that and you're remembering who the fuck you are. Hermit. I'll tell you what, I was going to put them back in, but actually I think they deserve their own little spot right there. Yeah, remember who the fuck you are. Hermit, Hermit, Hermit. Let me pause. I'm sure you don't want to see all this. I didn't get very far because literally there he is. The Hermit, yeah. Oh, interesting. You've got the Ace of Pentacles as well. Ace of Pentacles just sort of tucked away on the bottom there. But you've got this, slow moving energy of like this trust the process. This Hermit in a way, sort of looking after yourself, healing with the Star, guiding you and the Hermit out of this. I just keep wanting to huff. That's all I want to do with this reading. It's like, it's over. I feel like it's over. It's that real sense of relief. And there's that Ace of Swords, that new sort of way of thinking, that clarity, that truth, that understanding that this is not who, just because they say that's who you are, it's not who you are. Let's take a couple of these just to see if there's anything else that wants to come out. I just feel like a big sigh is needed. If you're watching this and this resonates, take a deep breath, because I think that's exactly what you need to do. End of a cycle. Yeah. The Ten of Swords, dead, done and over with. Breathe a sigh of relief. It's dead, it's done, it's over with. Okay, one more. Yeah, there's that Nine of Make a Wish. What do you want to do next? Okay, you're coming out of it. You've done the healing, but what is it that you want to do next? Take your pick, because I think you've got multiple choices. 999, just for anyone who sees repeated numbers or anything like that. I don't think we got any others, did we? No, I don't think we did. Well, we kind of got 3, but because we saw the Three of Swords. But yeah, definitely make a wish. You're coming out of this energy. It's like you're taking that sweet breath of fresh air. What is it you want to do next? Now that you've done you've identified the problem, you've dealt with the problem, you've healed it, and you've been resting and recuperating, and you've closed out that cycle. But now what? Okay, let's take one healing mantra card just to close out the energy, and I'll let you get on with your day. Okay, so we have got demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. Yeah. Once you identify what the problem is, you heal it. You might still have a few more things left to deal with, but I'll leave that for you to figure out, because this is all on you. This is not me. But I'd like to thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Well done, whoever this is for. Bye.